Second Esdras, chapter 3. In the 13th year after the ruin of the city, I was in Babylon, and lay troubled upon my bed, and my thoughts came up over my heart. For I saw the desolation of Zion, and the wealth of them that dwelt at Babylon, and my spirit was sore moved, so that I began to speak words full of fear to the Most High, and said, O Most High, who bearest rule, thou speakest at the beginning, when thou didst plant the earth, and that thyself alone, and commandest the people, and gavest a body unto Adam without soul, which was the workmanship of thine hands, and didst breathe into him the breath of life, and he was made living before thee, and thou leddest him into paradise, which thy right hand had planted before ever the earth came forward. And unto him thou gavest commandment to love thy way, which he transgressed, and immediately thou appointest death in him and in his generations, of whom came nations, tribes, people, and kindreds out of number. And every people walked after their own will, and did wonderful things before thee, and despised thy commandments. And again, in process of time, thou broughtest the flood upon those that dwelt in the world, and destroyest them. And it came to pass in every of them, that as death was to Adam, so was the flood to thee. Nevertheless, one of them that thou leftest nameth Noah, with his household, of whom came all righteous men. And it happened that when they dwelt upon the earth, began to multiply, and had gotten them many children, and were a great people, they began again to be more ungodly than the first. Now when they lived so wickedly before thee, thou didst choose thee a man from among them, whose name was Abraham. Him thou lovedest, and unto him only thou showedest thy will, and madest an everlasting covenant with him, promising him that thou wouldest never forsake his seed. And unto him thou gavest Isaac, and unto Isaac also thou gavest Jacob and Esau. As for Jacob, thou didst choose him to thee, and put by Esau. And so Jacob became a great multitude. And it came to pass that when thou leddest his seed out of Egypt, thou broughtest them up to the Mount Sinai, and bowing the heavens, thou didst set fast the earth, movedest the whole world, and madest the depths to tremble, and troublest the men of that age. And thy glory went through 4 gates of fire, and of earthquake, and of wind, and of cold, that thou mightest give the law unto the seed of Jacob, and diligence unto the generation of Israel. As yet tookest thou not away from them a wicked heart, that thy law might bring forth fruit in them. For the first Adam, bearing a wicked heart, transgressed, and was overcome, and so be all they that are born of him. Thus infirmity was made permanent, and the law also in the hearts of the people, with the magnity of the root, so that the good departed away, and the evil abode still. So the times passed away, and the years were brought to an end. Then didst thou raise thee up a servant called David, whom thou commandest to build a city unto thy name, and to offer incense and oblations unto thee thereon. When this was done many years, then they that inhabited the city forsook thee, and in all things did even as Adam and all his generation had done, for they also had a wicked heart. And so thou gavest thy city over into the hands of thine enemies. Are their deeds then any better than inhabited Babylon, that they should therefore have the dominion over Zion? For when I came thither and had seen impieties without number, then my soul saw many evildoers in this 13th year, so that my heart failed me. For I had seen how thou sufferest them sinning, and hast spared wicked doers, and hast destroyed thy people, and hast preserved thine enemies, and hast not signified it. I do not remember how this way may be left. Are they then of Babylon better than they of Zion? Or is there any other people that knoweth thee besides Israel? Or what generation hath so believed thy covenants as Jacob? And yet their reward appeareth not, and their labor hath no fruit. For I have gone here and there throughout the heathen, and I see that they flow in wealth, and think not upon thy commandments. Weigh thou therefore our wickedness now in the balance, and theirs also that dwell in the world, and so shall thy name nowhere be found but in Israel. Or when was it that they which dwell upon the earth have not sinned in thy sight? Or what people have so kept thy commandments? Thou shalt find that Israel by name hath kept thy precepts, but not the heathen. All praise to the power of the Son of Man, Abraham, Isaac, and Israel. Father, I am that I am, the power of Israel. You know what I'm saying? That was a beautiful chapter, chapter 3. It basically just described and summed up, you know what I'm saying, the covenant that the Most High made with Israel, starting with Noah, then Shem, then Abraham, then Isaac, then Jacob. All these are Israel's forefathers, specifically Judah from the 12 tribes of Israel. Because Judah, from my knowledge and from what I read, Judah fits the African American Negro to the T. So I'm rolling with Judah as well. And if I'm wrong, Most High, then so forgive me. But I do believe that the American Negro, out of all the melanated brothers out there, is the strongest, most dominant. But that's just my opinion. With that being said, all praise to the power of the Son of Man, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Father, I am that I am, and his only begotten Son, the Son of Man, to finally come and save the small remnant left. Here a little, there a little. You be that there a little. You know what I'm saying? You go through this spiritual trouble. You go through Jacob's trouble so you could come through the other side like some fine wine. All praise. Shalom.